If you'd like to know what you're watching, click the magic B. And as always, there's a link to the blog in the doobly-doo. I just graduated from college in May, and my last semester I took this class called Theological Bioethics. And basically the scope of the class was to look at some of the ethical issues surrounding medical technology. One of the big themes that we talked about in the class was the idea of child as gift, and at what point do you say, okay, we're going to stop using medical technologies in order to try and have a child of our own through our marriage union, and then adopt. A lot of the people were really in support of adoption, but when it came to say that someone ought adopt rather than pursue medical technology, a lot of people were really reluctant to say that. I don't think it's really inappropriate for a man and a woman who are married to want a child of their own union. That's a completely natural thing. But the reason I bring this up is because I see more advertisements on television and in magazines for adopting pets than I do for adopting children. There kind of seems to be this, I don't know, not quite it's not a stigma, but there's this sort of stereotype associated with adopting. You always think of adopting some kid from a third world country. If you want to help these children, then you can call this hotline and then adopt Magugu, and he'll come live with you from Africa. I don't know, it's kind of comical. Like, it seems like our first the first place we turn when we have fertility problems is to medical technology and not to adoption. Right now, I wouldn't go so far as to say that it's wrong to use medical technology, but in terms of measuring the greatest amount of good, I think it is a better thing to adopt a child who otherwise would not have had a loving home than it is to bring another child into the world through the use of medical technology. And I don't want to live in the kind of world where we are more ready to bring children into the world that we like because they're of our own union than we are to take care of the children that are already there. I guess what I'm trying to say is we have to ask ourselves what kind of people we're becoming if we're choosing to bring another child into the world because of our desires instead of helping one that's already in the world as it is. Having a child in any way is a great, beautiful thing. The process of getting yourself in the position to become a parent to that child, you have to make a lot of decisions, and I think some decisions are better than others, and some decisions reflect a better type of character than others. This is a really difficult issue, so if you feel strongly about this, or maybe you've had an adoption experience, leave some comments down below, or you can leave them on my blog. I'd really like to hear feedback from some of you guys who maybe have a better experience with this, or maybe know more about reproductive technologies.